From Mogadishu with me, I am Omar Nur. The top headlines include Somali president to hold this meeting with top U.S. government officials and IMF director in Washington, D.C. Somali military has dismissed Al-Shabaab claims to have killed several SNS soldiers. Somali's Ministry of Information has released a statement saying at least 35 Al-Shabaab members were killed in an operation in Hiran region. Elders were killed in an explosion in the central region of Hiran region as the central government and the local residents jointly fighting against Al-Shabaab militants. The newly elected Kenyan President William Ruto has appointed his predecessor Uhuru Kenyatta as his special envoy for the talks in the Horn of Africa region. Welcome back to the news in detail. We begin with the president's trip to United States of America, where he is holding talks with top officials. Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has held a meeting with the IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva at the International Monetary Fund IMF headquarters in Washington, D.C. on Friday. President Mohamud has presented government's plan to focus on reforming the country's financial system, debt relief, economic development, and economic resources to create job opportunities for Somali youth and free the country from poverty and economic conditions. Kristalina Georgieva expressed her willingness to collaborate with the Somali government on priority plan such as the development of the economic reform process, debt relief, and their role in responding to the current drought in Somalia. According to the United Nations, famine is expected in parts of Somalia between October and December of this year. Last week, regional humanitarian ministries accused the central government of failing to release a $9.6 million in relief funds from the United Arab Emirates to begin humanitarian operations in Somalia. Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, who served as president between 2012 and 2017, is the first Somali leader to win a second term in office, has promised to transform the troubled Horn of Africa nation into a peaceful country that is at peace with itself and the world. Somali military has dismissed Al-Shabaab claims to have killed several elite force members in central Somalia. In a statement, Somali military has dismissed categorically Al-Shabaab claims that several elite forces were killed in clashes with Al-Shabaab fighters in central region of Iran. In a statement, Somali army said Al-Shabaab didn't kill government soldiers in an area at least 20 kilometers from Pulaburja district in Hiran region. We are confirming that this news is baseless and it is one of the terrorist propaganda tactics to advance their own agenda and mislead the Somali people, the statement reads in part. Past weeks, numerous terrorists were killed in action and vast area of land have been recaptured by the brave soldiers, said the statement. The dismissal of the Al-Shabaab claim comes a day after the group said in a statement that the fighters ambushed U.S.-trained Danab forces in a convoy and killed 7 of them. Al-Shabaab controls towns and villages in central region despite facing military pressure from Somali forces backed by the African Union peacekeepers and the United States military. At least 4 Somali civilians, including traditional elders, were reportedly killed when their vehicle hit a landmine explosion on Saturday in Agobe area near the Buk Aqable district in central Hiran region. The traditional elders killed in the landmine explosion were Yusuf Fido Farah, his son Ibrahim Yusuf Fido, Mukhtar Haji, and Hassan Hussein Logira. Reporters said the people were on their way to an Al-Shabaab quarter in Buk Aqable district where the group referred to them. Killed in landmine explosions along the roads in the districts of Beledweyne, Mahas, Mataban, Bulaburte in Hiran region. The U.S. State Department Bureau of Africa Affairs said the U.S. welcomes the appointment of Uhuru Kenyatta, former Kenyan president, as peace envoy for the conflict in northern Ethiopia and the eastern DRC Congo. Kenya's President William Ruto said during his inauguration ceremony on Tuesday, 13th September, that he has appointed outgoing President Uhuru Kenyatta to continue chairing discussions on behalf of the people of Kenya and the peace initiative in our region, including both in Ethiopia and the Great Lakes region. President William Ruto pledged to support of the government of Kenya and myself in particular to initiatives, adding that former president has agreed with the appointment graciously. The State Department of Bureau of African Affairs of the U.S. said this was a critical time for both conflicts, that Kenyatta's work will be crucial. Shortly before the visit of the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken to Kenya in November last year, former Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta arrived in Addis Ababa on 14th November and was received by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed to his second home. He was also met with President Zahla Work Zawte of the Ethiopia. That's all for our today's English news. Live from Mogadishu with me, I am Omar Noor, and the rest of the team here in our studio will leave you bye for now.